Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to present my topic. I'm going to demonstrate how to use a parallel distributed compensation to design a fuzzy control system for combined attitude and sound tracking. So now let's get started. Okay, have you wondered how difficult would it be to balance an inverted bottle on your palm? In fact, maneuvering a 3-axis stabilized spacecraft with only just 2 reaction wheels can be challenging. The failure of one or more reaction wheel will actually cause a spacecraft to lose its ability to maintain attitude. In the Putrajaya spacecraft, both the x-axis and the y-axis reaction wheels has failed, forcing it to rely on the chemical thrusters. In the Kepler spacecraft, the exoplanet mission was interrupted when 2 out of 4 reaction wheels has failed. Due to this incident, some engineers innovate new attitude control systems. Okay, this is the CAST system. CAST stands for Combined Attitude and Sound Tracking System. By rotating the solar arrays with this solar array drive assemblies, we can actually rotate these solar arrays at different angular speeds, and we can generate a differential torque for pitch control. The nonlinear model is shown as here. By considering small angles and keeping the product of the angular speed, we obtain the quasi-linear model, where these bracket terms are the varying parameters called Z1 and Z2, which will be shown in the next slide. Having the attitude model, we now convert it to Takagi-Sugeno fuzzy model, where this Z1 and Z2 can be described as triangular membership functions. To complete the model, we have to create a rule-based model. For example, if Z1 is negative and Z2 is also negative, then the state space model is, then we have state space model 1, where this A1 to A4 are actually the state input matrix. Now we need to design this control design for the fuzzy model. When we have this state space model, we can design using this parallel distributed compensator. And if we have the desired stability performance, where this lambda is the stability matrix, then we can design a state feedback controller by this U equals minus kx via this pole placement method. So similarly, we need to create similar rule base for this controller, where K1 to K4 are the control gain matrices. So to reinforce your understanding, this control block diagram is worth 1,000 words. So in this PDC design, each consequent of the PDC is actually a controller design corresponding to this consequent of the Planck's fuzzy model. Okay, the stability analysis need to be carried out to verify the stability of the fuzzy control system. Here the term says the equilibrium of a fuzzy control system is globally asymptotically stable if there exists a common positive definite matrix P such that the linear matrix inequalities are satisfied. And since with four state space models and 4 corresponding controllers, there are 16 LMIs. And this 16 LMIs has to be satisfied by one positive definite matrix P. The controllers are tested via numerical simulations, and the first result shows that the transient response and the steady-state response of the Euler angles under fuzzy PDC. From this plot, we can see that the pitch angle pointing accuracy is 0.2 degree. The second result shows the attitude stabilization of the Euler angles under integral fuzzy PDC. We include this integral control action to improve the steady state error. The pitch angle accuracy has been improved to 0.05 degree. The third result shows the angle of incidence between the incoming sunlight and the solar array. We need to keep the angle of incidence small because large misalignment angle may cause the excessive power loss. From here, you can actually see the extremum angle of incidence occur around plus minus 0.36 degree. And that is a parallel distributed compensation to fuzzy control for spacecraft combined attitude and sun tracking system. So let me summarize the findings. From 0.2 degree to 0.05 degree, the pitch attitude accuracy has been improved to 75% with the integral fuzzy PDC. At small angle of incidence plus minus 0.36 degree, the power loss is kept lower than 0.002%. And lastly, the attitude and sun trajectory tracking capabilities are well achieved with the cast configuration and the proposed fuzzy PDC. Thank you. Any other questions? Yep, please.
Okay, I have a question regarding the.
Hold on. Yep. Yes. Yes, my transient is on the. All right. Okay. Let me show you. Yeah. Actually, okay. This is the result for fuzzy PDC without the integral action. We know that adding an integral action tends to actually delay the steady state, and actually by adding however adding the integral control action will actually improve the steady state error, but this will actually delay the convergence of the state trajectories. In this case, it actually converges to the desired accuracy after 2 orbits. Here you can see it's simulated up to 10,000 seconds. And 1 orbit is around 5,000 seconds or 90 minutes. If we want to increase the convergence, right, we can actually increase the P and D gain. But anyhow, this P and D gain cannot be increased too large because it will actually amplify the noise as well. So it's a trade-off. At the moment, we did not carry out this. Yep. Sorry. Actually, it depends on the requirement. It depends on the requirement. For my application, I did not really consider this. Yep. All right, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
it's very interesting work. I have a question regarding one of the basic challenges that we face when we start such thing, stability. So you are using Labanov method, Labanov indirect method.
Yes,
to
Labanov
improve
method.
the stability. So I'd like to see what kind of function that you are using.
All right, hold on. Let me show you. It should be over here. Actually, this stability follows from Lyapunov stability theory, which is like an energy-like function. It's a, we call that quadratic function.
Okay, so could you please you have a proof here, but could you please give some explanation to your proof?
All right. Sure. Okay. All right. Okay. If you remember, I have told that since we have, let me show you. It's easier. Okay. Since we have four state space models, and also 4 controllers, so there are altogether there are 16 combinations. 16 combinations, which is shown here on the right. And these 16 combinations, we need to find a common P. We need to find a common P to that which satisfy all these inequalities. Only then we can actually prove that the fuzzy control system is stable. And we have found a P which is shown on the lower right.
Yes, okay, but to be clear for me, I'd like to know what is the Labanov function itself that you use. Usually we have a Labanov function, and we take derivative for this Labanov function, and after that we try to prove it less than or equal 0 to ensure its sympathetic stability. So what is the Labanov function itself?
Okay, the Lyapunov function is actually on the left. This one is actually the results of the Lyapunov function, the inequalities.
So this is the derivative of the Labanov function?
Yes.
This is the one?
Yes.
This is the result?
Yes.
Okay. And you are choosing B such that to ensure such kind of less than 0.
Sorry?
You are choosing the B matrix such that it will ensure the formula will satisfy.
No. We design the K first. We design the state feedback controller, which is the K1 to K4, and we need to show that these K matrices, these K control gain matrices are stable, corresponding to the fuzzy model, or fuzzy state space model. So the method to prove this stability is to find a common positive definite matrix P. Yep, this is actually follows from this Lyapunov method.
But again, you said that it is asymptotically stable. But I can see from the result, it does not go to 0. It has some kind of error. So
Okay.
it's
Oh, all right.
asymptotically stable.
All right. Sorry.
That means go to 0.
Yep. Thanks. Actually, I didn't really explain that. It's actually simulated. It's actually simulated with disturbance. If you look at this graph, right? Actually, there's an external disturbance torques. We actually simulated the disturbance torques as a harmonic function. It's like a gravity and magnetic torques. So you won't really actually get to converge to perfect 0 unless we use other advanced control methods.
Yeah. That means this function does not compensate the disturbance. The Lyapunov function does not able to compensate the disturbance because it is asymptotically stable. That means go to 0.
All right.
So, but if you somehow try to include the disturbance in the derivation of the Lyapunov function, in that case might be go to 0. I don't know.
All right. Perhaps I will improve the Lyapunov. I will improve the stability theorems to explain this disturbance. I understand your question. All right. Thanks.
But typically, very difficult for you to actually do 0 because there's a lot of residuals. These are in-orbit.
Yeah, that's why this proof under condition should be the proof under condition. It's not maybe he didn't consider disturbances on the derivation of Lyapunov function. Because if you consider disturbances, there will be additional term which cannot be compensated actually.
All right. Perhaps let me add that actually this theorem is for us to actually to design to prove that the proposed controller stable in the absence of disturbance, to actually expand this theorem, right? We can actually include a robustness theorem that we show this to be. We include the factors of disturbance into this theorem to show that it is less than zero. This Lagrange function. Thanks for the suggestion.
Thank you very much. Our next presenter will present a paper titled Development of Attitude Control System for Hybrid Airship Vehicle.